education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. So please hit the great subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you never miss an episode. So today's episode, I thought I'd do something a bit different. And you might have noticed this quote I put up in the community section that says, "You deserve friends and a partner who doesn't just put up with you, but who truly loves you, adores you, and wants to spend time with you and be with you." This is so important because there are a lot of people that can come into your life and they don't truly value your worth. This could be friends or a potential partner, or maybe you've already got a partner. Obviously, I realise there's some asexuals that do not want a partner, right? If you don't want a partner, that's fine. But I wanted to put friends and a partner to cover all asexuals, those who do just want friends and those who want a partner or want both. So I just incorporated both of them into it. But obviously, you don't have to have a partner. That's, optional in life. I mean, you don't have to have friends if you don't want to either. But I think most people want to have friends at least. So I think a lot of asexuals that don't want a partner, it's because they've got enough, getting enough nutrients, if you like, friendship wise, they're getting enough like support and help and cooperation and companionship, and they're getting enough things to fill their cup up from themselves and their friends. But this is so important, because I come across people who are like, oh, I'm with my partner, I put up with my partner, and this person's putting up with me, and this is something I've heard before, and this is something I really don't like and don't want in my life. I've had people in the past that talk about putting up with me, and it's just disgusting. You know what I mean? Like, I should be valued just like you should be, and respected and appreciated for who you are. If someone's putting up with you, they're not being with you through like a choice that you're that ideal person to spend time with. They're doing it with some kind of grudge or some kind of like struggle or some kind of resistance. They're not doing it wholeheartedly, like they really want to spend time with you. And these type of people are not good to be around. People that have been in a relationship, it's kind of like, it's quite an old-fashioned thing, I think, because I still think there are quite a lot of people who are older generation that I come across that stereotypically talk this way about their partner, like, oh, they just put up with me, they put up with the way I am and stuff like this. But I mean, it's one thing for you to say that your partner puts up with you, but if they're saying you're specifically saying you put up with your partner, it's not very good, really. Do you know what I mean? You shouldn't be putting up with anything in your life. You shouldn't be accepting second best. And you also shouldn't be talking like your partner's second best, like they're not good enough for you, by saying you put up with them. Put up with them is like you're forcing yourself to stay with them, not that you appreciate them. But every asexual and every person in the world deserves to have friends and a partner who does appreciate them, who truly loves you and adores you and wants to spend time with you and be with you, because when we are around people that feel like this about us, it makes us feel great about ourselves. It makes us feel validated, loved, cared for, appreciated, valued, and life is just good. When we're around people who treat us this way, it's not nice, Like, no one is stuck in a relationship with anyone. No one has to stay with anyone. No one's forcing someone to be with someone. If you can't speak nicely about your partner and praise them and put them up instead of putting them down, then I don't think you should be with them, because people deserve respect and deserve to be adored and cherished and loved. I haven't had great guys in my life in past relationships, but I truly believe that I do and can be adored and treasured for who I am. I mean, I think, as a person, I'm very good overall. I have my weaknesses, like my hyper-romanticism, for example. And, some people might criticize me for various other things, but I love the way I am. But we shouldn't be having to deal with these people that want to put up with us. We should be having people that make us want to thrive and flourish in their company, who, respect us and who value our worth and who make us feel special and good about ourselves. We want to be getting these people in this category. We don't want to be having people in these category, right? I mean, how many times have you felt underappreciated by your a certain family or friends or people in your life? Maybe it's a work colleague, and you felt like, like you're kind of just in their way or, they're just grinning and bearing your company or something like this. This is not the type of person or people you want to be around. You want to be around people who treasure you and adore you for who you are and who want to spend time with you and to be with you. Right? I have these friends in my life now. I don't have a partner yet that treats me like this, but I have friends in my life who are amazing and who, I really feel that when I talk to them, they really want to spend time with me. They, adore me as friends. They cherish the time they spend with me and they make time for me, And this is so important, And when you're in a relationship, you should always remember that person can leave you at any time they feel like it. They don't have to stay with you just because they love you. Love doesn't make someone want to stay with someone. Treating someone well makes someone want to stay with someone. Respecting them, wanting them for who they are. This is so important. If someone's saying, oh, they just put up with you, they don't respect you and want you for who they are. They just want you for God knows what, to be honest. They just want you because you're convenient at the time, because you happen to be there, But this is what I want for myself, like I want for everyone, Because I want to be adored for who I am. Like, I want a guy, for example, who likes an older woman. That's really, or an older girl in my case, that's really, really important to me. I want a guy who's happy to be with an asexual girl. He's like, wow, she's amazing. She does this asexual channel. She helps asexual. She writes asexual books. It's awesome, I want to be with a guy who loves the fact that I talk a lot and loves having long chats with me and really finds me engaging and vice versa, When you find people who truly love you for who you are and all your quirks and your main characteristics, that's great. I mean, the two guys that were in my life last year, neither of them appreciated me, and they didn't value my worth, either of them, And so this is the type of guy I look for in a partner, and this is the type of friends I like to have, It's really, really important. And I hope that you get friends like this as well, because we both deserve to be adored and cherished for who we are. You want to be with a person who's really into you for who you are, who really likes to spend time with you, quality time with you, who wants to interact with you, who actually really, really does feel so valued by you, and vice versa, that you really love spending time with each other. You really want each other in your lives, I come across guys who are not really, they're either not really into an older girl or they're just into older girls for sex, and that doesn't feel good, So I need to find a guy who appreciates the true beauty of an older girl, but for reasons of intelligence, maturity, experience, qualities of life. It's really important. So never forget to, if you're around people that put you in this category, you have to remember, don't be someone who just puts up with you. Don't put up with them putting up with you. Leave their life. Because when you leave their life, it'll be better. I mean, in the past, when I had friends at school, they weren't really my friends. And they were more like in this category, they're more like someone who didn't really appreciate me, who I had to go out of my way to please and stuff like that. I just don't do that anymore. I don't care if someone doesn't like me for who I am. I just they go through my life, but it's important I get more and more of these people in. When we get more of these people in, it does help to validate us, helps to make us feel really good about ourselves. It just is, much better for our self-esteem and self-worth and confidence. In the past, when I was at school and I had at secondary school, I had to just leave a friendship because one of the girls who I had one best friend, she just wasn't good for me. I used to spend a lot of time with her, but it was all one-sided. I had to go out in the cold and phone her from a phone box when I moved in with the first boyfriend I ever lived with. And at a certain time, when I was living at home with my parents, it was me usually phoning her, and she got very weird about me asking questions about her grandma and stuff like that. I just don't appreciate people like that, So you don't want to be with anyone and start saying, oh, I'll just put up with you, I'm stuck with you, you'll do. You know, like these are very bad sentences. It just means, you know, they're having to be with you, not because they want to, because they're forcing themselves in some way, and without actually, you know, appreciating you. You want to be with people who really appreciate you, really adore you for who you are, including your beautiful asexual self, as you can see is the asexual flag, and who thinks the world of you, who treasures you, who literally encourages you in your goals, ambitions, and dreams, who has dreams with you, who values you and respects you, and really thinks, gosh, I'm so happy this person came into my life. This person makes me feel wonderful about myself. And in turn, I feel wonderful about the relationship. You know, these are the type of people you want in your life. People who, you know, who make you feel good about yourself, and vice versa. People who lift you up. People who think, gosh, I really want to see you. I really want to spend time with you. I want to be in your life. I want to care for you. I want to be with specifically you. You know, more and more we need to find people who want to love us for who we are, not for who they wished we'd be, or just for the sake of having someone. Because if someone's just putting up with you, it's like they're just having you for the sake of it. Maybe they're attracted to you or attached to you in some way, but they don't actually want you. They just want the attachment or attraction, right? But when you're around people who adore you, you'll find that it's very natural for them to care about you and to want to spend time with you and to be with you and to respect you and think, my gosh, you know, this person's spending time with me. I really appreciate them. They'll go out of their way to see you. They'll go out of their way to video or come in person to see you because they care about you, you know, and these are the types of people we need more in our life, you know. We need people who care about us, adore us, you know. I have some people on Facebook, right, who I've never met in real life, who offline, who who I get on really well with, who, you know, maybe they only talk mostly to me on my posts, but they give me so much love than some people who've been in my past, so-called friends or a partner or a love interest or someone I've dated, you know, and they don't really care about me. I've got more love from someone who's more like distant in another country, who's just on my Facebook posts a lot, who I've known for some time, for example, you know. So we need to, and I feel appreciated by them, valued and respected, you know. So we need to be around these people more and more, much more, you know. Oh, sorry, my ankle, obviously it's still healing at the moment. So you know, so this is very, very important, right? And we need to get people who love us for who we are. So if you've got someone who is meant to be a friend of yours, but they're criticizing your asexuality, or they're saying why are you like that, or anything like this, we need to get rid of these types of people as well, because we don't have to put up with that. Just remember, the people who speak to you like this and say, oh, you know, I'm just putting up with you, you don't have to put up with them speaking to you that way. You can leave their life. And if they don't appreciate you after you spoke to them and told them that it's not nice what they're saying and the way they're being, and you leave their life, then that's their loss, isn't it? Because you do not have to put up with those people who are treating you like that, you know. And we must get rid of these people in our lives if they don't appreciate us. Obviously, you can give people a chance to say, look, hey, do you realize you're speaking to me like this? This doesn't feel good, you know. Because I want someone who wants to see me, who wants to be with me, who wants to spend time with me, not who I'm struggling to convince that I'm a nice person, that I'm a good person, or someone they should hang out with. If we're having to convince someone, they really don't value our worth. If they don't value our worth, it's an imbalanced relationship. That could be a friendship or a partnership, you know. And when there's an imbalance, you know, it doesn't feel good. It feels like you're running on empty and trying to catch up all the time. You're trying to prove your worth. You're trying to prove you're good enough, you know, and that isn't good, you know. And I've been in this situation in the past, as I've explained, you know. But in terms of friendships, I've got really good friendships now, you know, really, really good, caring, committed friendships, you know, people who are in my life, who appreciate and adore me for who I am, and who want to spend time with me, check in with me, have conversations with me, and appreciate me, you know. And I think this is really important. So on your asexual journey, you know, if someone doesn't love you or care about you for who you are, you know, and doesn't value your worth, then they're not worth your value. These people are not worth your time, energy, and effort. Because, you know, they probably don't think they've even got a problem. like I said, I still find a lot of the older generation, they'd speak to their partner like, oh, I just put up with her, or I just put up with him. I would never speak to someone like that. I find it highly disrespectful. Highly disrespectful. I don't speak to people like that, you know? If you're just putting up with someone, why the hell are you even near that person? You know, why are you being around that person, right? It's just like you're holding a grudge or you're belittling them, you know, in some way. It's not nice. It's very bad. You know, people deserve to have their worth valued. They deserve to feel loved and treasured and adored and cared for and wanted and needed. They deserve to feel good about themselves. There is no reason, if a person is good, kind-hearted, caring, why someone should speak to them like this. And I don't believe it's good to speak to anyone like this. You know, if people are treating you this way and speaking to you like, it's best just to walk away from them. You know, best just to realise that they're quite toxic for you and that no good is going to come of it because they just don't value you. They don't value your worth. They don't see what's in front of them. And they might never see it. That's the sad thing, right? I'd like to say that it happens in movies where people see your worth at the end of the movie, you know, and people are like, oh my God, what have I been doing? Oh yeah, this person's got these other friends now and I missed out and all this rest of it, and then try and make up for it and all this. It doesn't happen like that in movies all the time in real life. No, some people will never change because they don't have the capacity to, because they don't think there's anything wrong with that. They don't see that that's an issue. But it truly is, because if we start planting these types of seeds in people's mind, just part with them, what do you think that's going to do over time to the person who's on the receiving end of that? It's a form of like, maybe they're not doing it on purpose, but it's going to have an influence over that person's mind. It's going to brainwash them into thinking they're not good enough. You know, it's going to be playing on their mind that, you know, someone's putting up with me. It means I'm not good enough. It means that it's forcing themselves to be with me. And that's just going to lower that person's self-esteem and self-worth. And then they're going to have self-esteem and self-worth issues. And the more you're around this type of person that just make you feel like they're just putting up with you, the more it's going to cost your self-esteem to go down. I know this from personal experience. You know, of course, we should try not to let others influence us, and whatever they say doesn't matter, and brush it off. But at the end of the day, we're all human, and it doesn't feel good if you're with these type of persons. Say you had a partner who was speaking to you like this all the time. How do you think you'd feel in like a few months' time, 6 months' time, a year's time, if someone was speaking to you like this? You'd start to feel really, really down about yourself. You'd start to feel that worthless. You start to feel like you're not important in life. Like you have no value. Like no one cares about you. So why should you even care about yourself if you've got low self-esteem, you know? And you'll feel like, you know, someone's putting up with me. They're forcing themselves to. You feel like, God, I'm so bad. I'm such a bad person because these people are having to force themselves to be with me. And you're going to take that in. You're going to, you know, take it within yourself, and you're going to kind of program yourself to be that way. And this might be what you've been programmed to believe in your life, that you're worthless really because people have to put up with you. They're not choosing to be with you. So we need to find people in our life that treats us like this, that makes us feel like this. And obviously one of the ways to do that is to be that type of person yourself. Be a person who truly wants to be around the person you're talking to. If you are being fake and you're just wanting friends on your friends list for the sake of it, you're not really caring about people, then it will come back at you. You know, karma is an interesting thing. It will come back at you. But if you want to get some people who are good friends with you, who adore you, who care about you, treat them well. Treat them with respect. Treat them that you care about them and you want them in your life. And you choose to be with them. You choose to have them in your life. You know, not you're putting up with them, which is forcing yourself to be with someone, but you're choosing, you're actively wanting. Just imagine someone comes into your life and they're like, oh, you're my friend, but I just part with you. I don't, you know, because we're like friends, I just basically suck up the way you are and, you know, and I just accept it, but, you know, I just put up with it. Imagine you have a person come like that in your life. Now imagine you have a person who chats to you and like, oh, wow, you seem such an amazing person. I'd really like to chat to you some more. Yeah, I think we have some things in common. It's a great conversation. Really appreciate you taking time out for me. And I look forward to the next conversation with you. You know, how do you think you're going to feel these two different types of people speaking to you? This person, you're going to feel like really bad about yourself, probably, because you're going to internalize the way they treat you as a problem with you instead of it being a problem with them. Because if any person's speaking to you like that, they have a damn lack of respect for you and they don't appreciate your value. That's down to them. If they can't see a good thing that's in front of them, they might never see a good thing if it bites them in the face. You know what I mean? So, not that I'm advising to do that. Don't bite people in the face. It was an analogy. You know, but sometimes, like I said, it's not like in the movie. Some people never change. It doesn't matter how much you try and convince someone of your worth, they just won't value it anyway, because if you're having to convince someone, then it's kind of like you're lowering yourself underneath them because you're putting them on a pedestal. So it's best not to do that anyway. But it doesn't mean to say we're not going to. In the past, I have kind of done that a bit with the guys. You know, even last year with the Indian guy that didn't appreciate me, I was kind of like, in the end, it was kind of like obvious that it was like me who was appreciating that person more than they were appreciating me, and then it was just a nightmare. So anyway, that ended. So that's gone now. But you know, but this is the type of person we want. You know, when you think about having a person in your life who's like, oh, chatting to you, caring about you, listening to your conversations, it brings a heart, whether that's a friendship heart or whether that's, you know, just a self-love heart. It makes your heart truly warmed and joyed, you know, because when someone gives you love and truly wants to be with you for you, you feel like validated. You feel like, wow, my life's worth living. Someone cares for who I am. Someone wants me to be in their life. Now, of course, you shouldn't rely on other people for your self-love and to make you feel good about yourself. But the fact of the matter is, we are all human, and human connection is a huge part of our needs. And it's one of our basic needs in life. And so therefore, you know, we are going to put a lot of emphasis on what other people say to us. We're going to do that. Most people do that naturally, right? And if you've got people who put you down a lot versus people who bring you up a lot, who are you going to want to spend your time with? You might love this person who put you down. That might be a big issue. They put you down, but they don't value you. You cannot stay with that type of person forever. Believe me, you can't. Even if you stay with them for years, which you shouldn't do. But if you do, because you're attached to them, you know, you have to let them go eventually, because this type of relationship or friendship will never last forever and you be happy in your life. It just won't happen. You can't be happy with people who constantly have a go at you. Yes, the only way you could deal with it is if you know, if you limited your time with them, because obviously if it's a family member, you can't cut them off completely a lot of the time, although some people do. Some people cut their family off completely if they're toxic for them. Depends on the level of toxicity, right? So maybe you still want that person or people in your life, but you have to limit your time with them in the very least. And you'll have to find outside people who make you feel this way if you're not getting it at home. But if anyone makes you feel bad and you don't need to stay with them, don't stay with them. Don't be with them. No one should be saying stuff like, just put up with you. I stay with you because, you know, there's no better option, basically. I'm with you. I put up with you. I'm stuck with you. You know, that to me is derogatory. Some people might think, oh, that's a term of endearment. The person said they're stuck with me. It's like, no, they're saying they're stuck with you. They're not saying, oh, I'm really deeply emotionally attached to you and I care about you loads and I want to spend time with you and you're amazing. They're just like, you know, stuck to you, as in they feel like they can't move and get away from you type attitude. If you've got someone who's saying stuck with you in a negative way, listen to the words. Listen to the words people use. Words say a lot. They really do. You know, listen to the language the person uses. When I'm around my friends who truly adore me, love to spend time with me and care about me, I feel much better. I feel more confident on my own as well, because it's like, oh, I know they care and adore me. It doesn't matter if we don't speak for a little bit, because our relationship, friendship wise, is good, you know? But if you've got someone who constantly puts you down, this is going to make you feel unstable, insecure, and uneasy. especially if you've got a lot of these types of people, because you're not going to value your own worth. You're just going to be on a rocky road and slope and path, right? No one should want to put up with you or be stuck with you, as in the sense there are no other options, or, you know, they're doing it out of obligation. You should have a person who wants to be with you, who loves you and truly adores you for who you are. Because when you have some people like this in your life, or a person like this, it's truly magic, and it makes you feel a whole lot better. I personally want to be with someone or people who I do love and adore, and who I care about deeply. Right? Not someone I just, you know, put up with. Why would I force myself to be with someone just for the sake of it? That's not a good reason to be with someone. That's actually quite selfish. I think people in this category a lot of the time are very selfish. You know, they just, you know, why are they with you? Why are they friends with you? Why are they hanging around with you if that's their attitude? You know, what's the point? They're wasting your time. It's better to be around these types of people, because you deserve someone who truly loves you, adores you, and who wants to spend quality time with you and be with you. This is you for you. Not someone who puts up with you, but someone who wants to be with you. See the difference? That is force. That is under duress. That is under obligation. That is a very resistance feeling. When you talk like this and you say these words, this is like a light and airy feeling. Always pay attention when you read something and when you communicate with people, how it makes you feel. Something that makes you feel like someone's resisting you or forcing themselves in some way on you, or who's making you feel less than you are, who's taking away from you. In other words, depleting your energy, taking away your essence, taking away your beauty, taking away your soul, if you like. These people will deplete your energy, like energy vampires. They will eat it up, and they will try to destroy you inside, even if it's not intentional. Some people don't do these things intentionally. They just haven't learned any better. But at the end of the day, it's not good. But this is a light and airy feeling. When you say these words, someone who truly loves me, someone who adores me and wants to spend time with me and be with me. How does this feel? This feels light and airy, like a love heart. But when you have someone who puts up with you, this feels like a door slamming in your face. Oh, I'm just putting up with you. Slams the door. Can you see it? Can you see how these have completely different feelings to them? Always pay attention to the way a person's words make you feel. Now, we shouldn't rely on other people's words, like I said, for our feelings and emotions, but it's good to be really self-aware and understand yourself better of how these people are making you feel. Because if you are in a household, for example, you got to see my flashing hair then stuck up. If you are around these type of people all the time, it just doesn't bode well for you. I was around these types of people for years of my young life, and it's taken me a lot now to gather my self-esteem up over the years. I felt very worthless, useless, like no one cared about me, no one loved me. And am I really that bad that people treated me that way and made me feel that way? Is there something really bad about me? And I felt like there's no point in being here in life. This is how I used to feel years ago. Right? But you have to understand, a lot of the time it's other people that's making you feel this way. Now, as you get older, you have kind of more experience of this, then you can kind of understand that, oh, I can choose to be with this type of person, stay with them, or I can choose to leave their life. And when you're really emotionally attached to someone, you love someone, it's very difficult to leave this person or people. Very difficult. But you have to in the end. Because you deserve the best. The best friends, the best partner if you want one. The best life. People who really love to talk to you, who speak to you enthusiastically, who admire you, who adore you, who are inspired by you, who care about you, who basically feel positive emotions when they're around you, not give you negative emotions and feelings, but who give you a light, breezy, airy feeling. And, you know, like they really love and adore you. You deserve this. You deserve this. Look at these words. Feel them. You deserve to be with someone who truly loves you, adores you, and wants to spend time with you and be with you. That's what you deserve. Always remember, you're beautiful just the way you are. If you end up being in a relationship with someone who doesn't value and love you for who you are, who's always going on about your asexuality and saying they put up with you even though that's not what they want, don't be with them, right? Be with someone who loves your beauty and all of you, including your sexuality. You know, if I can't find someone who loves me for my asexuality, you know, who adores me as I am, then I don't want to be in a relationship. I'd rather be single forever. Because, you know, your sexuality is a huge part of your identity. You know, and someone needs to love you for truly who you are. You know, including your sexuality. So anyway, I want to say a big thank you to you before I go for being here on this channel, for truly caring about me on this channel, for spending quality time with me while I'm live streaming, and for being with me in these moments, because you could choose to be elsewhere. You could choose to go elsewhere, see other people do other things, but you're here with me right now. And I do appreciate you, and I do adore you for who you are. And I'm really glad you're here in life. Never give up, my friends. Always, always know that you're a precious gem in this world, and you deserve to be treated as one. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. I'd love to know what you think of this video. It's a little bit different to what I usually do. And I'll see you on the next video or live stream. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live like now, posting a video. I'm sending you much love, light, and happiness. Lots of love. Bye.